Are we gonna have to do that all over again?
Surprise, everybody! I didn't click go live. Oh my god, I had a whole prank that was planned and Dan pulled it off excellently. Pete wasn't paying attention. I came in loud and laughing and I didn't even do it the right way.
Yes.
So that's awesome for me. I was part of 112 Shadow
You
Moses.
blew it.
Yeah, I'm part of Shadow Moses 112. I used to do the YouTube stuff and
Fired. That's why I'm here, actually.
and we're here with Dan Rocca, who's a surprise guest that was a surprise to Pete.
You to Pete alone.
Who I did this really well. I'm so good at this.
It's just he was texting me. I was driving home from the theater, which is only 2 minutes. He goes, "Just make sure you're ready by 8." I'm like, "I'll be there, no problem. I got my bologna and cheese. I'm going to eat. I'll be ready, no problem." Didn't hit the live button. God damn. Now, the next time you tell me when we're on Fortnite, if I hear you say, "This is the first time I've streamed before too," and I'm like, "Yeah, I believe it." Son of a bitch.
So,
Every time. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm only here to talk about Ghostbusters. And then Pete asked, "How did it go?" And then I said, "Matt, why don't you tell him first? Try it again."
So it was Agatha all along.
Agatha is in this movie.
The joke is on me. So it's I had really high expectations for it. I won't lie. I liked Afterlife a lot, and I really liked the way they were going with everything. And I feel like it was paced well. And this one took a lot of bold steps, I think, and that's really, I think, ultimately what kind of sets it back. In my opinion, like I feel like they took too many different chances, and like they were things, as Dan will say, that tied directly back into the cartoon or cartoons. I don't know if it was just from Real Ghostbusters or Extreme Ghostbusters, but yeah, they took a few too many chances in this, and I think that's what really kind of hurt the film, in my opinion. Even though I still enjoyed it, and I definitely want them to do more in the universe, even if it's only one more movie. I think that it would be nice to see it where it didn't. And even this one didn't really need to pull the old world in, but like I want to see it kind of stand on its own legs, even if Dan Aykroyd is there just as like an ancillary character. So,
Are you ready for me to blow your mind a couple times?
Let's go.
Okay, Matt specifically.
Okay.
I've seen it 3 times.
No spoilers. Try to avoid spoilers.
No. I'm going to be very vague on what I tell you. You're going to understand.
Fuck out of this, bro.
No.
Yeah, it's not 2 weeks, Pete.
Spoiler free.
Fine.
I and then I'll spoil the hell out of it when you haven't seen it yet. But go see it. Really, I think
he won't
be able
to see it. He won't be able to see it in theaters. He has 2 children and a wife, and
well,
Pete, don't you make that face to me. You just told me that it's Palm Sunday, and you were like, I can't do anything I want to. Oh my God, so many things, children.
Sacrifices have to be made so that I could live like a king later, okay?
Yes, sacrifices like sacrificing your children to the gods can be made so you can see the movie. No, I still have one complaint, but it's less. I'll explain in a second. It's not long enough. It's an hour and 55 minutes. People are going to say, "What does it need to be longer?" They absolutely cut things because Sony loves to do that. Sony loves it. I know we're not going to get into a deep discussion about Answer the Call because I frankly don't care about anybody else's opinion. Saw it 9 times in theaters if the answers your question. I meant outside of the show, not you guys. They cut the hell out of that movie. The studio did. The studio absolutely cut it after Paul Feig. They did the same with this. However, I don't know if this bodes well for movies, but each time I see it, I have more fun.
Well, I would say that's a good thing.
No, but in the way where if somebody's casual and only going to see it once, they're going to go, "This sucked." It doesn't suck though. I understand. It's weird for me to say that because like I understand that position, but it doesn't ruin the movie. It's just there's something missing at the end but I felt less so this part. And I can't explain fully, but there is a reason why once we get to the third act, it happens like that, because after that, you have to start another movie.
Yeah, no, I just think the third act should have been longer. That's
Sure,
really what the issue is.
but once the big bad is where he is supposed to be and gets to his goal, you have to start over at that point. So that was the end all be all in that moment. They also explain why the firehouse is why. I'll just say it like that.
Because they put out fires.
No, well, where were they this weekend?
They're not driving down to where you live to put out forest fires.
Well, they did in the cartoon.
This isn't Supernatural.
How dare you? Something occurred to me the third watch that connects to Matt and I, because Matt less than me, but Matt was playing the video game Spirits Unleashed, and we were saying, was it really connected? Even though they said they were gonna. Do you know who the possessor is?
It's the guy in the jar.
It just occurred to me the third time. I'm like,
oh really?
You idiot! You idiot! That's him. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I caught that on pretty quickly. I thought that was a pretty cool reference.
It wasn't until the third time seeing him knock on the window. That's all I'm going to say. I was like, oh, and I can't remember, the character has a name in the video game, which, if you haven't played, folks,
Eddie.
is excellent.
Eddie?
No, Eddie's the tech guy in the firehouse.
I thought Eddie was the guy with the long hair in Spirits Unleashed.
Yeah, but he's the tech guy, not the possessor. The possessor is a different name.
Oh no, okay. You said he, and I misunderstood what you meant.
So I was very happy about that. No, it's fantastic. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, fan service is okay, folks. You're allowed to have fan service. I don't understand why fan service means bad. It's okay. It is nostalgia. It's supposed to be nostalgic. I will make the argument, though, that I made in Afterlife, that it's not in your face nostalgia. These things are only there because they exist in the universe. The proton packs were developed. The firehouse is there. They explain a little more in depth why they bother to still be there. And the people are there because they're alive.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not in your face. I likened it to go ahead.
Well, like one of the other ideas behind the Ghostbusters in general was that it was supposed to be like a service, like firefighters or anything and you saw that actually when early in the movie when what's her face is just on the couch chilling on her phone and then Trevor's like, there's something in the attic. She's like, you're 18.
You're an adult. Go take care of it. All right, I will. Yeah, and it's touched upon more so in the comic books too, where there are stations and research labs everywhere in the United States because government finally recognizes, oh, this is real. This is a problem. We should probably have somebody on it.
That's the other thing that I'm curious about, though, is like where Sony will try and take this, because like they love making stupid villain movies for Spider-Man. But like, do you think that they're going to take this too far? Like, I mean, there's no such thing as too far for you.
Well,
but are they going to
know that yet?
Are they going to overdo the franchise essentially?
You could have 13 movies come out in a year and it wouldn't overdo it for me. But in reality, I really don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. I cannot answer that fairly because of all the episodes, all the cartoons I've watched, and all the comic books I've read. Really, nowhere else. There's a lot of places they could go.
Oh yeah, I know, but like, well, like,
outer space is my limit for Ghostbusters.
Whoa.
That's in the cartoon.
Hold on.
Twice.
Are you saying Scientology's bullshit?
Yeah.
There's no alien souls?
No. They didn't get jumped into a volcano either. That was Lord of the Rings, which is a documentary.
I need 45 seconds here. Oh man. But yeah, no, like people talk about like Marvel fatigue, and realistically, what Marvel fatigue is a lack of originality with the movies that you're doing. Like you really just cookie cuttering. You're just doing a cookie cutter movie for a lot of the Marvel movies, and that's what people get tired of. I'm not. No, it's that. It's because there's like the same story structure for a lot of Marvel movies.
Well,
I don't really have. I don't really have.
Just that it's lazy. It's not well thought out. It's not fleshed out. Had it been a good written script, the movies would have been different. Now, I'm not saying the movies are terrible, but they're not the same caliber that they were as like Winter Soldier, let's say.
It's hard to that's a hard movie to top. Especially in retrospect, as good as I don't want to get too far off the Ghostbusters thing because this comment will tie into that. It's hard to top that, and they did then, and they still did with Endgame and Infinity War, as far as I'm concerned,
and arguably Guardians 3.
I love.
Dan hasn't seen Quantumania.
Raise your hand if you cried for a raccoon.
I think Quantumania was great also.
Pete, I cried.
It's different, but it's great. It's not like the same kind of.
I cried. Matt and I are really good friends, but we will kill each other over Guardians of the Galaxy 2 one day. Because I love that movie.
It's such a bad movie.
I love it, and I cry every time I hear that Cat Stevens songs now.
And the cat on the cradle and the silver spoon. Yondu looks like a lady with an umbrella.
Yeah.
Mary fucking Poppins, y'all.
It's Mary fucking. How dare you talk about Michael Rooker like that?
God damn.
Michael Rooker's a slug.
He's out of his mind. Be careful.
Well, no. If you ever see the movie Slither by James Gunn, he
No,
literally is an alien slug.
No, he is also out of his mind. He's a nice guy, but he's out of his.
Did he get stuck in his role from Cliffhanger?
No, from Mallrats.
He was in Mallrats?
Nobody.
Pete didn't know he was in Mallrats.
Has Pete seen Mallrats?
Oh, I've seen Mallrats. I've seen a lot of
the father of the girlfriend.
Man, I have to go back.
That's Rooker.
The one thing that stands out for me is the chocolate pretzel scene.
The guy who gets the chocolate covered pretzel, that's Michael Rooker.
That's Michael Rooker? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. This Ghostbusters movie, and I also said to Matt off on stream last night, while the trailers leading up to it, I saw a lot of original movies, not sequels. We'll argue Borderlands, even though it's based on a video game, as far as movies, that's not been done yet.
And Borderlands basically a Suicide Squad movie.
Well, it's also Guardians of the Galaxy. Would you call it a Suicide Guardians?
Something like that. Suicide Squad of the Galaxy or some shit.
They took mythology and twisted it like they always have. Gozer from the first movie and the third are based in some sort of reality in our mythos, and they twisted it into real life. Vigo, same deal. Goraka, same deal. There is all kinds of things they can pull from to tie it back into the other question. This is an original story, maybe too many characters, but not enough for me to ruin the movie for me to even mention it in most reviews. And like I said, I love this movie. That third time, well, I loved it from the first time, but it's just fun, man. It's just fun. And also, by the way, Cinemark, if the small town theater where I live has a better screen than you, it's probably time to, fix that.
Actually, the only movie I ever saw in theater 3 times was The Winter Soldier.
Saw that twice.
Because I had a discount theater down by me. Oh, Chucky saw it 5 times, he said.
Saw what 5 times?
I don't know. He put a waving emoji, so I'm making fun of him.
My record is still Answer the Call, and that's only because there wasn't a pandemic at the time.
So if we're ranking the Ghostbusters movies, where does this movie fall? 1, obviously, is probably the best, right?
Yes, and that also reminded me of the original comment I was going to make. Stop comparing it. Stop it. Not you, Pete or Matt. In general,
I'm
of
just
course,
saying
it's
in
not
your
a
heart. I'm not saying comparison. I'm just saying in your heart, Dan.
no,
There's
no. I
one
wanted
less.
to add. I wanted to add. You cannot compare any of the sequels to the first movie because that was literally lightning in a bottle. All the sequels are good. They're fine. They're fine movies.
Right.
Shut up. Where do I put this?
I actually didn't mind the muchly hated female led movie.
Yeah, that was
To
Answer the
me, it was
Call.
its own thing. Yeah.
Go
I
ahead, I know what
recently
you're gonna
watched it.
say.
I think I was talking to you about it, Pete, on the stream last weekend. But like, I watched it like 2 weeks ago. I forgot how funny that movie is. I was
Yeah.
laughing a lot. I think that, and I went to Dan with this. Like, I think what really made it struggle is that it's not necessarily a Ghostbusters movie as much as it's an action comedy. But comedies in general are hard to produce. Hollywood doesn't like to do it because they don't make blockbuster numbers. So you really have to make something that has comedic elements to it. You can't make it. It's really hard to get it just a straight comedy greenlit anymore.
And I will say this after saying that, and then I will answer Pete's question, just so you think I haven't forgotten. You say that, we say that, Matt, but then when you look at the box office totals and you go 245 million, how is that even considered a failure? It's like, I know how the marketing and how much you need.
Yeah, I mean it's like Aquaman. I still haven't watched the second Aquaman, but like the first one, I didn't think we were going to get the second one because they said Aquaman didn't make as much money as it needed to. I'm like, fuck you, because it's just they needed to just generate such an insane amount of money. Like it's so crazy. The industry.
I thought Aquaman was the top leading DC movie at one point. Is that not saying much? Did it still fail? Is it just saying that all DC movies are shit? Like,
dude, there was and maybe I'm looking at specific criticism of it, but like I remember specifically seeing things that were talking about how it didn't generate the numbers that they were hoping it would,
really?
and that it might not get a sequel. And yeah, it's just they're insane, and WB's a shit organization.
Don't even get me started on WB right now. The budget for Aquaman was 160 to 200 million, and it made 1.1 billion in the box office.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And they were not sure if they were pulling the trigger on the sequel.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, but that's the other stupid thing is like stupid ass movies like Venom, which is a terrible fucking movie, make $1 billion. And yeah, it's gonna get a third because it made $1 billion because they like Todd McFarlane's character that much, and they think Sony knows what the fuck they're doing. When they don't, they make it.
Well, hopefully that works in my favor, and we get another Ghostbusters movie. We'll get another Ghostbusters movie. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it not tripled, but I think it went 2 times over the Afterlife debut. I haven't seen the final number yet. It's doing
but
fine.
It also depends how much it costs. Like they look at that.
100
made 100. It has to generate 18 times what it costs. Otherwise, it gets no sequel, and they kill all the people involved, so that nobody has a record.
But Afterlife didn't. It was 75 and only made 200 million. Unless my math is off. Nobody cares about your iced tea. I would put this above 2.
Okay.
And I love 2. We reference it more than the original one on stream. I think that movie sometimes could be a little more quotable than the first one. I love that's how much I like that movie. But it goes Ghostbusters.
Get a load of this little wriggler. This little wiggler.
Is yours, Ray? Sick him. Ghostbusters, Afterlife, Empire 2. If we're talking about the Spengler saga, I guess we're calling it now. I don't know what we're calling it. I love this franchise. Spengler. I love this franchise. I love that it's so much. There are a bunch of Easter eggs up in the attic. I can say that that you don't see. And I was looking like this the last time. That's how full the theater was, by the way. That close. And I will also add, considering how much of a fan of the car I am,
It was
This movie
also,
has
there was a lot of Ecto One in
a
this
lot of
one.
Ecto
I
One in
really
in
liked
this
that.
movie. I loved
That
it.
was really cool to see, actually. Like the opening shot is the Ecto One. You're like, yes.
Yes.
Like they were like, we
oh,
have the budget. We're gonna drive the car.
if I was as nitpicky as Matt, I would also complain about the car. That there's no way a car that big could be that maneuverable, and that's what the comedy of it is. That car can't do half the things they're doing with that car, and that makes me chuckle every time. When it does a perfect U-turn, I'm like, come on, that car's a boat. How the okay. That makes me laugh. It's just huge. They put a Porsche engine in that thing and just lightened the chassis one.
So question for you,
Anyway.
Dan. You had mentioned that there was a Easter egg references to the video game, and there was references to other parts of Ghostbuster lore. Is it important going into a new watching this movie for them to know that lore going into it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, some of it very early on references the two.
It does.
But it's an overt reference. I don't know if you'll miss it.
You don't have to see two to see this movie. You do have to see Afterlife to see this movie.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
But you don't have to see the first. It's weird. You don't have to see the first one, but without the first one, none of this other crap would exist. So it's like,
Right.
but you can get away with saying Afterlife.
You have to see the first one and Afterlife. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. You should anyway. If you haven't, take the rock off your head and matter with you.
Just be aware the first one was made during a different time.
It's not.
No,
The
I'm
only
kidding.
thing that doesn't age in Ghostbusters is why that man has 15 vials of Thorazine on him.
No, when Pete was going on a watch of those before Afterlife, and then he watched Caddyshack, and he was like, "I think I hate Bill Murray," kind of.
Oh, Caddyshack's worse.
Yeah.
Caddyshack's is infinitely worse. Animal
Yeah.
House is 3 times worse, and Stripes is kind of bad too. But I'm also a white male, so
Stripes.
whatever.
I
Stripes
completely
is
forgot
good.
I went on like a binge of Bill Murray for a little bit.
Yeah, you
And-
did.
Yeah,
No,
Bill Murray
you're
plays.
not supposed to do that much.
No, don't do that. He is a sleazeball character. That is the
Yeah.
whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the okay, not spoiler. Fuck you, Matt. This is me nerd now. It's a nerd. It's basically a nerd podcast. You guys play with toys. Shut up. When he goes, yeah, exactly. I almost elbowed that 3 times the other
Yeah,
day,
fucking-
just sitting still.
Fuck
The scene where they meet. I can't say this actor's name, and I know it. I can't get the pronunciation correct.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani. When they meet his character the
Yeah,
second
he's
time,
in the movie, Pete.
the sniffer from the first movie that he takes into Dana Barrett's apartment, he's carrying that, and I didn't notice that the first time. So
Oh, you
while
didn't
they're-
notice that either?
No, so while they're talking to him, the tech guy's walking around the apartment going. I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original sign, you know, the scene in the first one where he yells at the guy hanging the sign across the top. It's just painted on Ghostbusters. That's up in the attic chilling. I didn't see that the first time. There's a bunch of Ghostbusters 2 Easter eggs up
that
there
is
as
what
well.
that thing was.
Yeah. That's that sign sitting there. There's a lot of Ghostbusters 2 Easter eggs hidden up there. Well, there's also a Ghostbusters 1, 2, 3, 4 reference up there too, but that's a little bit of a bigger part of it. Ghost.
Whoa.
Can't say it.
Anyway.
No, you said no spoiler. Oh, wait, he wants spoilers.
It's in the commercial.
It's in the commercial. Oh, yeah. Slimer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was done very well. Very, very, very well.
Yeah, when you showed me the behind the
plan on
scenes of that was actually really cool. They did a really good job of mixing practical and special effects in that movie.
That's
really
one thing
good
I wrote.
job with that.
One thing I wrote in my review is this is one of, other than Afterlife, this is the best example of CGI and practical that I've seen in a long time. It looks fantastic. Even the big bad is mostly a puppet.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they pulled that off. And
So-
you can
so
tell.
I hear you
You
guys
tell it
like
was good.
worshiping. You're worshiping like how it looks. You're worshiping like the nods to some of the Easter eggs in there from the previous movies and lore. What you said a short third act. If you could, without spoiling it too much, tell
Oh,
me
Jesus,
what
Pete.
it was that fell apart for you.
I have a sentence that covers it. The bad guy's not in it long enough.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
I
really
needed
true.
more. They need to spread that out more. I could see, and I'm not a professional editor, so I could be crazy. But now that I've seen it 3 times, they could have sprinkled that out a little more as other shit was happening.
Well, we
And given
also
it more
talked
of a
about it
presence.
after seeing it, and I think that, I mean, it's weird because, like, I have my own thoughts on how they could have prolonged that and not.
Done the other thing.
So
So
the
question
thing is, you either
So
you'd either
my question for both of you, real quick. Let me ask you: is this a Gore the God Butcher situation? Thor: Love and Thunder 3.
no,
Villain wasn't in it enough.
no.
No, I thought he was in it. No. In fact, if Goraka was in it as long as Gore, I would have been happy.
Wow.
That
Even
that
short.
much that far off. Yeah, it is really short. They do a lot of exposition on introducing him and how bad this situation is compared to the others. They do a good job establishing, like, this is Revelations, baby. Like, that's it. And then, no, he's gone. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I think that if they, like, I know that Dan and I talked about like different things they could have done. My thought was I didn't mind what I thought as a solution, but essentially you'd be turning it into a version of Emotep and the Mummy, where he's just
Yeah.
slowly gathering strength, and like even that's not necessarily the most original thing to do. So I don't know.
But
It's-
they still do it in the movie. He has to go find the 2 objects and merge back with them that were taken from him centuries ago. And they do it kind of in the 3rd act together with the rest of it. That could have been shoved in the middle.
Yeah, they could have given the villain more of a journey, but I don't know. It's
Like-
still good,
like
and I think
Voldemort?
that what?
Like Voldemort?
Well, he just wanted his nose back.
When he started out on the back of the head of the teacher, if you guys remember. And he had to build up his power throughout several movies, and it wasn't until Diggory died that he finally got his body back.
Well, he was just chilling on the back of that dude's head, right?
Oh no, he was in different forms. Like first he was in the back of the dude's head, and then he became like a withered body, and he needed to feed. I'm the only one who watches here. Okay, let's keep it moving.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. There was an interesting something I also just thought of without spoiling too much. There was an interesting canonization of toys. Just to bring it back around to what the podcast is about. Do you not remember in the commercial when they were talking about the
Oh
in
yeah,
89, they
Yeah,
show
they went a little bit
Ghostbuster toy
meta.
commercials, and I was
They
like,
went a-
oh,
Yeah, they went a little meta with it, which is always weird. Like Shazam, which I think is a bad movie in general, when he has like posters for Batman and Aquaman and shit on his wall, I'm like, I don't know.
the only reason why it works here is it was always an in joke in Ghostbusters 2 with the logo. Doing this, just marketing with inside. I mean, that's meta as hell. Just so I'm like, all right, sure. Now the toys are canon. So at one point they were known, they've been forgotten,
Right.
and we're back to square 2. The B villain is also a nice touch. Ridiculous.
Human?
Yes,
Human?
he's human. Yes, he's
Okay.
human. The guy in the office.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Thank you.
Durz's dad. He plays Durz's dad in an episode of Workaholics, dude. It's great.
I was gonna say, I figured it was, yeah. It
Well,
has made 61,600,000 worldwide. 45,
Nice.
45 in the States.
Nice. So, Dan, I know you have the Funko Pop from the pops from this movie. You also have all the little Hasbro, or are they Hasbro or they Kenner? Put your hand in frame. It looks really weird for a white guy to be doing that at that angle.
Oh,
No!
sorry. What that? What's that?
All I see is you off camera with your hand up like this, and I'm like,
Pointing like that.
you're not like this. You're like this. I'm like,
Pointing
Jesus
like that.
Christmas.
I was just stretching my hand.
Dan's canceled. Well, it was nice having him on.
Oh, man.
Uh,
I don't have
I
a
know
red hat. I have a
I
brown
s-
hat.
I saw them in Target, and every time I see them, I'm like, "You have these, right?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Oh, the
Like,
figures.
yeah.
I don't even. I guess Hasbro does them because
This
even
probably
the old
Hasbro.
Kenner line is under Hasbro now, and we're supposed to
Okay.
get there. I'm going to be back on whenever they send us the Trap and PK, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Neutrino one just charged from my Big Bad Toy Store pre-order too. Also.
Oh, you're getting the 84 one? Yeah, I assume. See, my quandary is I should have gotten the 84 one, but I'm assuming now there's going to be a 2024 one.
I'm also hoping they do proton packs again because I want one. And there were new proton packs in this movie that they didn't look at all. But there were new proton packs and that were really conveniently squeezed in. And then there was
it was
also
convenient. Okay.
Well, no, there's that one special one that's made with fiberglass, but then there's the other ones that they have like, oh, it's Christmas.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I want mine to light up and spark and shoot green.
No,
I want them to make a slime blower personally.
I'm wondering if they'll ever do, because that was another thing that was referenced in there, just in the background. That was great.
I have tried not to laugh at that twice now. And
It's funny. I kind of registered what it was, but I just honestly thought it was just really funny to see that going on in the background.
It's not so much the shot, it's taking it that makes me
Yeah.
fucking so stupid. Well, anyway, I'll probably see it I'm probably taking Mom to see it Friday.
I think I might see Godzilla this weekend. We'll see.
I need to help contribute to Ghostbusters beating Godzilla in the box office. So
Yeah, Godzilla's gonna be a terrible movie, I'm pretty sure, but I think I might just get drunk and go see it.
No, it'll be fine. It's like what I say about Ghostbusters when people start taking it like the gentleman last night. I call him gentleman, who was getting all on about this plot point, and the whole time I'm like, they catch ghosts with proton packs.
Oh.
They catch ghosts with proton packs. They catch ghosts with proton packs. Shut the fuck up.
Well, that's the other thing, actually, though. You were just playing Spirits Unleashed with
Noah. Oh,
Noah.
yeah. He's got a
And
few props in the movie.
Yeah. So he used to kind of customize stuff. And then
he used to, but then he got hired by the man, and now he can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying not to throw buses around.
Oh no, he said it on stream. He said, matter of fact, he goes, I can't do it anymore because I work for him, so I'm out of business.
He used to do customs on Ghostbusters stuff, and then he got hired by Hasbro.
you would be able, like the proton pack that came out by HasLabs that's behind the drum kit here. You'd be able to ship it to him, and he would be able to modify it with a rechargeable battery pack. He'd be able to put a smoke kit on it so it would smoke from the end of the gun. He would be able to take your trap and put a smoke kit on that and have it smoke when it opened. The dude is just insane with the mods on.
That's a really cool idea for the trap, actually, to have it put out some steam.
he took a whole proton pack and the neutrino wand and made it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme.
Oh, nice.
It's I don't think I've showed you that, but it's stellar. Just okay.
That's really cool.
Let me find that.
Pete's
while
all
you're
about
talking.
them tarts.
Why wouldn't you be?
That's actually a review that Pete has to do at some point. Is the
Of what?
Of the Mezco Ninja Turtles that just came out.
Well, I
they're a
felt
bit stylized.
they're not good.
Oh, they're fantastic. Apparently,
Oh,
I haven't
oh,
opened mine yet.
yeah.
Oh, well, I get on that somehow.
So I'm super late to the game. So I'm wondering if I should just do a joke review. I might do both. I'll do a real review and a fake review.
I'm trying
Okay.
to look for this.
I have the NECA quarter scale ones, but I'm going to sell them because I have too much stuff and I don't need them. I was down at my storage unit reorganizing some stuff.
Is it the movie ones or the cartoon ones?
The movie ones,
Ah,
the quarter scale ones. So, yeah.
Don't buy those new Ghostbusters figures they announced. Those are terrible.
Which ones?
The ones you showed me from whoever the fuck are doing them, Scalies or
Oh, that's no, they're they're little statues. I
Ugh.
forget.
Ugh.
They're like one of those, like, it's like a kind of an upscale version of that company that does things.
Except it looks nothing like the characters.
Who the hell does them?
I don't know.
It was rhetorical, Dad.
Oh, sorry.
Star Ace.
Yeah, it was. I was looking at it. I was looking for the positives, and I was like, "Oh, these are pretty god awful. Don't buy those. What are they charging? Because it's too much." The little figures that came out from Hasbro for the movie, they look more like the characters than these big things do.
Yeah,
That's
these
how
look
bad
really
they are.
bad.
I sent you guys the link to his modified Turtles pack.
Yeah, it counts private.
Oh, it's private. Son of a bitch, Noah.
Damn you for having responsibility on your social medias.
You motherfucker. Ugh. The Dan Aykroyd one offends me. That's not terrible, but his chin doesn't look like Eric Clapton's. And that's just offensive. I hate that. That's Tom Hanks. That's fat Tom Hanks as a Ghostbuster. Whoa, Pete.
No, that's Tim Robbins as a Ghostbuster.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah, great.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy
Ghostbuster.
Ghostbuster. Seriously, it's a fantastic movie. Did he finally see it? That's the other thing I didn't tell you. When I was playing with Noah the other night, he hadn't seen it yet.
You didn't see it yet? Wow,
No.
that's really surprising.
He literally couldn't get to it.
Oh,
And
wow,
I think
okay.
he just said it was fantastic. So I think he finally saw it.
Good.
Because I was going to talk about it, and he goes, "Well, don't talk about it too much." But then he said, "This will be a joke for you. You'll understand." Because, like I said, he said, "So you love those red parkas that don't exist?" It's funny.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. That was one of the things that were cut.
A lot of stuff from the trailer didn't make it to that final movie. But honestly, that's all right. I feel like trailers have a tendency to show way too much, and I'm fine with them having bonus material that doesn't necessarily contribute to the movie in any way that is cut from the movie.
I have a feeling with them announcing that the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K is for pre-order already, that there's going to be a ton of stuff on that. I really do have a feeling, like they did with the Answer the Call release for here's everything that was cut from Sony. Congratulations. Oh, we like that version better. Okay, I told you. Assholes. I hate. Anyway, I'm going to leave now. I have to go eat some bologna. Goodbye.
All right, bud.
Bye, Dan. Thank you so much.
Dan Law 83. Bye.
At all the things.
on all the
Oh,
things. Grinder too.
Right.
Bye.
And you're done. That's his last word. It's Grinder. Wow. So yeah, Ghostbusters was a good time.
You just said it was a little divisive. I mean, was it a good time or was it divisive?
It was a
Was
good
it a
movie.
good
I tend to nitpick. I do think that there are some things that could have been less. I think that they just had too many things to focus on in that
Okay.
movie. I think that if they compressed certain storylines and then expanded the real villain of it to occupy more movie, it would have been better. And I think they could have made him more of a threat than, like, he was obviously a threat, but it's just, I don't know, it kind of got to Endgame way too quickly in the movie. But other than that, it was a good movie. I also had really high expectations, so like I think I'll still enjoy it plenty a second time. But down to toys and collectibles and stuff. I don't like calling them toys. But I got the van and it's awesome. I'll be posting a review of it sometime soon. Overall, I thought it was a really cool vehicle. You haven't opened yours yet, right?
I have not. I actually started a little challenge to anybody that wants to help out. I have 11 things that are sitting on the table. And if anybody wants to put those in order of how they'd like to see them, the one that Matt picks gets 10% off our store.
You mean the order?
Yeah. If only one person enters, I guess that's a win for them.
Not if I don't agree with it.
But yeah, I have the turtles there. I have the vamp there. I just got kick in today. I got the Sabretooth Wolverine 2-pack today.
What was it that you said before? You got what?
Quick Kick from G.I. Joe.
Oh.
I bought it from Amazon.
Oh, okay. I was like, that one hasn't come into Big Bad Oyster yet.
And then I got a Tombstone from Marvel Legends on the table. I have Green Goblin, which I haven't reviewed yet. Mandalorian 2.0 is on there. Joker Deluxe is also on there. The Reckon ATV is on there. My reviews are typically like 5 minutes. I don't want to bore you with like different stuff. So whenever I do height comparisons, I just kind of throw them in there and that way you can see them. I'll do like posing while I'm talking about it, but I will never go into the weeds where we just get lost and start talking about how great an effect looks. Not knocking those that do that. It's just not.
Yeah, dude, that's what I do. So shut your face.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get to the point here.
When I post an hour-long video review of Roadblock.
Should have did that prune face. I still don't see that many prune face videos up. I only saw
maybe I'll do it. I cleared my table so I can actually do it. Like the place where I was doing reviews is where I had my Cobra too, so like, I couldn't do them there. But I moved that over to my counter, which is a sturdier space anyway. And now, like, I did a review of the vamp, and I just need to edit it down and then upload it. And I could do a review of Prune Face now that I have space to actually do it. I live in an apartment and I have too much stuff. It's like the Mike Birbiglia joke. You could tell, well, I guess it really doesn't apply, but it's still funny. You could tell how well off someone's doing by how far their stuff is from the floor. They have a lot of floor. If they have a lot of stuff on the floor, it's because they can't really afford furniture to get it off the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And I have shelves and stuff, but like I just have too much shit, honestly. I need a house, but the housing market's still chaotic and insane. And I can't afford a house yet.
Sell your collection.
What?
Make it a down payment.
I mean, I could. But then I'd be reminded of how empty my life is.
I mean, do you need a reminder? I thought you just wake up every day and feel that way.
I do. Anyway, I did a review of the Vamp, and it's a pretty cool thing, especially at the $100 price point. I think they did a really good job with the details, and just the overall vehicle looks really good. And very curious to see how the $184 Valaverse vehicle compares to this, because I think that one is going to be, it's going to be
Well,
interesting.
it's already double the size, right?
This is just around 13 inches long, but it doesn't have a back seat and it doesn't have that trunk space or the hatchback space. So I understand why the Valaverse vehicle is larger. I still think it's a little too big, but that's probably more of an issue with scaling things down to a 6.5-inch figure line than actually an issue with that. Like, I don't know. I looked up on Google how long like an ATV, or not an ATV, like that type of vehicle would be, and it's not 20 feet long. But the HISS tank is also and like that was basically the standard I had to go to for comparison, is because that's the only that comes to mind. That's the only 1/12 vehicle that we really have, is the Cobra HISS tank, and that thing's just a fucking monster. Like, in terms of proper scaling and everything. HISS tanks are supposed to go 60 miles an hour. It's a weird lopsided tank. Like, it's not a good point of comparison, because it doesn't exist in the real world. So there's no basis to actually go on. I think that this is a much better thing to compare a standard, like an expectation to. Even though it's a military vehicle and they typically run large, I think that this is much better and more grounded, because it's based off something that was created a long time ago. And I don't really have any other justification other than it's a normal vehicle and not a weird fucking tank. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how that Valaverse vehicle holds up to this, being that it's almost twice the price. And I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty confident when I say that it's not going to be the same quality that this thing is either. Maybe
So
I'm wrong.
are you saying like Valaverse will be better quality, or
I'm saying Valaverse is going to feel more like Mattel. I'm saying that it's going to feel like that. This feels solid. Like it's not flimsy plastic. Like it holds its form very well. There's no flexibility. It's rigid. But the Mattel vehicles, like, they're kind of bendy, you know? Like, the plastic it's not flimsy, but it's not as solid as this. And I think that the Valaverse vehicles are going to feel more like them than this. And at that price point, that's not right, in my opinion. We'll have to see. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I'm getting one. But I mean, I would like to be wrong in general, because I'm honestly, I'd prefer to see things succeed rather than just fail, so I can laugh at them, even though it feels good to do that. Anyway, so yeah.
so my input for that is I also want to see what the Mezco truck is going to do.
Ah, thank you. I was thinking about that. Yeah. So,
But I'm also afraid of their price tag.
strangely enough, I grabbed my Hazard Squad Gomez out of storage, because I was going to put him in here, but I put Roadblock in my review, and Roadblock fit in actually pretty nicely.
He's also a shorter Mezco, right? He's not as tall as he typically should be, right?
I think he's a normal Mezco height.
Okay. Because I think I saw a comparison video where they had the Mezco roadblock next to the Hasbro roadblock, and the Hasbro was bigger than the Mezco. Do you have any of the Hasbros? You do? I don't have the Mezco roadblock, so I don't know either.
I have like all of the Hasbros in my storage unit. Pete's like, sell your collection.
Sell it.
But he fit in here nicely, and he's Now I'm curious, actually. Where the fuck did I put him? He's not by me. I want to say he sat in the seat about as well as Clutch did. The G.I. Joe that came with the vamp. He sat in there. He looked pretty normal in it. I was pretty surprised, and it was actually easy enough to get him in there. Anyway, back to what I was originally saying. I grabbed my Hazard Squad Gomez out of my storage unit because I was going to put him in there originally. And then as I'm walking away, I was like, I should grab Death Adder and put him in there also and just have them both in the vehicle, but I just didn't do it for whatever reason. But yeah, Roadblock looked nice in here. I was pretty pleased with the way he sat in there.
How does Master Queef look in there?
He'll be too big.
Could he pass for like which line are we talking about? Are we talking about like the 1,000 Toys, or are we talking about the Jazzwares line?
Both, they'll be too big. The Jazzwares actually scales pretty well with the 1,000 Toys.
Does it?
They'll be too big because they're like 7 inches. Yeah, they're too. I have one of those right here.
See, now I'm really curious how this the Hasbro Roadblock is going to look, because Hasbro Roadblock looks pretty taller than the Mezco.
So that's Master Chief and Clutch.
Yeah, he's got a good inch and a quarter on him.
He's got a good half inch at least. He's definitely significantly taller.
Put him in the vamp. Put him in the vamp.
I was just saying I can try.
If he doesn't fit, make it look like he's had one too many. He passed out across the whole seat.
He doesn't articulate that well.
Let me try to articulate for him. Master Chief, get in the car. Get in there.
Something that is also nice about this, and I talk about in my review, is the windshield pops open. Oh my god. Like that.
That is a really good touch. I was thinking about how that could help put figures in, or even do something dramatic where like they pop out the windshield of fire.
That's it. I mentioned that in my review. It's really helpful for getting them in there and articulating them, like getting their hands on the steering wheel and stuff. Like, oh my god. No, he's not gonna fit, dude. I can't even get his legs in there. Like, he's just too big.
Fit your fat ass in there, Master Chief.
You see, I wish that they were as clever as you were with the removable steering wheel, but they didn't do that.
Is that what's blocking him from fitting?
Yeah, I would be able to get him in there, but the steering wheel doesn't come off, and I don't want to break it. But it's also just too narrow, honestly. It's too narrow for his legs to get underneath.
Could the vamp pass as a warthog?
No. The warthog is 20 feet long.
You're 20 feet long.
Thank you. No, like I was looking it up. The warthog is actually fucking monstrous in size because it's made to carry Spartans, and Spartans are 7 feet tall and weigh a ton. So
that'd be a hell of a segue to the VC Toys 300 figure. Man, it's too bad.
Well, speaking of carrying Spartans,
rooting potential segues.
You can carry Spartans all the way home at VC or 5K Toys.
Oh, it only comes with a screaming head? That's lame.
Why? They won't fucking do anything but scream in the movie anyway.
I mean, they could have put like a gritting teeth or a cold stare.
Load.
Not a lot of accessories. $72. That's actually not bad. A little high. Plus, I've never heard of model.
Yeah, I don't know that
Model.
Well, it's not loading anyway, so that's cool.
Well, go load yourself.
Not bad, he says.
The Spartan? You think the 300 figure looks good? I think it's lacking a little bit, honestly. Can I see that one more time?
Yeah, I'm pulling it back up. It's still just loading. That's why I got rid of it.
Yeah, no additional hands. What are they're showing off the necklace like it's a high point? Oh, come on. You know what? This is a pass. This is a pass. This is
That's as big as
too
the picture
expensive.
gets. Oh, fuck this website. I don't mean that. 5K Toys, you've been good to me. I don't mean it. You're not going to watch this anyway.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Na, 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 na. It's killing my computer. Jesus.
What do you have open, man? Close the porn tabs already.
I
Jesus.
don't have anything fucking open.
I'm so angry.
I closed
Oh,
iTunes because I had
jeez.
iTunes open. Oh man! Speaking of computers freezing, up for grabs. Well, on sale. Oh no, it's a deposit link. Well, it's still a sale.
Yeah, but why is this sale? Why is the deposit on sale?
Was it what?
That's interesting that the deposit's on sale.
I don't know. VC Toy Box is a little strange. To the point where I can understand why people are a little wary of them, but I've never had any issues with them. So,
This
am I wrong?
figure looks good. This figure
It
looks
actually
good.
does look really good. The buck looks a lot like VC Toys.
I like the soft goods. Is that all they have for pictures?
Yes.
Does 5K have this on their site? What's this called? It's pretty cool.
JM Toys Frozen action figure.
JM Toys Frozen. I think I saw some promo shots for it earlier.
I feel like I saw promo shots for it also, but I can't remember if it was that one or something else.
Let's see what I got here.
Just from Facebook groups, I also know that they're the Hades figure, that unofficial Deathstroke, was really popular. VC Toy Box has that up for pre-order also. And this is going to be kind of comparable to your Mezco figure. It looks like he comes with 2 head sculpts, or 2 helmeted head sculpts, I should say. Like this one that's very like Taskmaster almost, and then this other one that isn't, but I don't know for sure. And of course, they don't explain it. GM Toys Hunk is still up for Grizzabs.
How much are they asking?
90 to 110.
God damn.
Oh, wait, he's out of stock. They're out of stock. Then pull it from the site. Was he original 80? Why are you saying goddamn?
Did I pay that much for 2? God damn.
Did you
I'm
find
also
the
saying
vendor?
I'm also saying goddamn because I'm searching for this JM Frozen Toys figure.
I was about to say, did you find this or no?
I had stumbled across a Storm Collectibles figure. I'm about to open the Reddit to see what's going on here. but it looks like the second Sub-Zero in a lighter blue costume on the original Ninja Buck that they used for the first line. So I'm wondering if I'm looking at a super old picture.
I remember the first time I used the internet.
It says 6 months ago. What?
I pulled up pictures.
Oh, yeah, let's do yours. And then I'll show you mine. That looks
Yeah, it does. I can't just go the way I want to, but oh wait, there it is. So we saw that. It does look really good, actually. And this is from toysmetaverse.com. TOYZ Metaverse. The hands almost make me think of like Figma, maybe SHF. I wonder how he scales. But I like how he has a little kunai tucked away on his belt too. Oh, they don't come out though. Are you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm trying to think what era this is. Is this Mortal Kombat 9?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never really got into them. He is armed up with all these kunai though. Little throwing knives.
Maybe not 9. You see that face? Nah. But not far off either. So maybe 10?
It's also unofficial, so they probably took some liberties.
Yeah, he looks like Mortal Kombat 10 Sub-Zero. Yeah, that's definitely 10.
Okay.
Or X.
I wonder how this articulation is going to be under this neck, with this fabric that he has going on over this part of his torso.
If it's a 2-part neck, it should be good. And
Should
honestly, yeah, for that price.
Dude, he looks really good. Like I need to stop looking at him because because I'm gonna want to buy it.
So let me share mine also. This kind of pisses me off a little bit. I don't know how I stumbled on this fucking picture just now, but let me present, share screen. This is called Reddit Thoughts. Does anyone know this one? Bam. Should be good. That right there. That is the original Storm Collectibles Ninja Buck that I remember, which is why I bought 10 of them. And that looks like the second iteration of Sub-Zero. So not the Mortal Kombat 1, but the Mortal Kombat 2 version. And this post is from 6 months ago. If this is in scale with the original ninjas, I feel like the Godfather. Like I tried to get out, but they pulled me back in, man. That's all I wanted. I just want you to finish my goddamn ninjas. And no. I'm not gonna have a private one-on-one with Storm this time, okay?
Well, good, because your camera's a little too small.
Storm, if you're listening. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it. But this is awesome, man. Like I really hope that they went back to that original 6.5-inch line that they were doing earlier. Because I don't know if you saw my Night Hawk review, but that shit's tall as a motherfucker, bro. I don't. Makes me sad.
Storm, come here real quick. More Gears of War figures.
More Gears of War. Gears of War figures.
Yeah.
No, but that's pretty fucking cool, man. I'm
I don't
do
need
it.
it. I don't do anything with Mortal Kombat, but that figure looks really good actually. That's on
Yeah.
quite a
Both of
few
them.
websites.
Both of them. I really like the 10. 10's not really my era.
Yeah.
Although I do want to pick up the Mortal Kombat 1 game only because of like all the nostalgia factor that they stuffed in there. Apparently, you can unlock costumes all the way back from the original, and they
Okay.
do that even for the ninjas that weren't originally in that game, such as Ermac and Tremor and Noob Saibot, Rain, and
Didn't this is kind of a digression, but it's a fighting game. Didn't Jada just release or announce 2 more of the Street Fighter figures, or am I wrong?
they sure did, and I already pre-ordered them. I was patiently waiting the couple days to see if it would creep on Amazon, and my super impatient self went ahead and went on Big Bad Toy Store and pre-ordered it.
Yeah, Dalsim and Bison, right?
Yes, if we could
Yeah.
show those pictures, those
I am.
figures look fucking great.
Yeah, you've been really enjoying this line.
Yeah, I feel like which stinks. I've been really busy these last couple weeks, but I really want to pose them. I brought Ryu to Awesome Con, but I don't get a chance to mess with him as much as I'd like to. I want to put him versus my Storm Sagat because I think that Sagat is fucking awesome. But I think I'm done with Storm Street Fighter. I'm going with Jada from now on. They're doing the characters I like. Plus, I think I have all the big guys that I want. So I have Honda. Should I get their Blanca? No. I'm not getting Blanca. We're gonna do Jada Blanca. But I got Sagat. I got Honda. I picked up Ryu, Ken, and Chung Li, but I think they're too big, man. Now I'm going back to Jada, man. I think Jada.
Honestly, Jada are $25. You can't beat
Will
that.
Smith could slap me. I'll say Jada all the time. Jada is amazing.
Speaking of Jada, we also have Dalsim.
Also awesome. Look at the accessories here. I was wondering how they were going to pull off the stretches, but yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. And I kind of hope that they go back and do repaints for the player 2 characters. Because if I remember right, his alternate is a gray and blue Dalsim.
That sounds about right, actually. I vaguely remember that.
Oh, I got a badass Akuma from Storm too.
Oh wow, these are flexible.
And they give you what you want, man. They could have put some fists in there. Come on, Jada. I just saw that. Come on. Put some fists in there. Oh, there is fists. I missed it. It's on the stretchy arms.
They might come off, yeah. Hard to tell. But yeah, I want to say that they come off.
I'm about to get my Montel Jordan on. This is how you do it. This is how you do an action figure line. Da, 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 da. I'll never do that again, I promise.
I'm really curious now because it just says alternate pair of hands.
Alternate pair of hand.
One
hand. You get an alternate. Godzilla X Kong. Is that the one you were talking about seeing the other day?
Yeah, I might see that this weekend. We'll see.
I did a review of the Mega Man, the Jada Toys Mega Man, and I compared it to the Bandai Tamashii one, which at the time of owning that Bandai Tamashii one, I was like, man, you can't top this figure. This is the Mega Man, the end all Mega Man. I was wrong.
What, this one?
Back. Jada Toys, you did it again. This is the Mega Man. This is the one to own. And if they get into like the X line, such an awesome figure. Great articulation. Great accessories. The only thing I think I put in my review that I would like to see in the future is an add-on pack with Rush and maybe like some power-ups and extra shots. Like
It would be cool.
like-
It would be cool to see Rush and like just normal blaster shots rather than this charged one.
yeah, exactly.
But like
exactly.
seeing,
That's exactly what I'm talking
but
about.
seeing Rush as like the hoverboard and shit could be really
Yeah.
cool.
So the Bandai one came with a Rush, and that Rush looks great next to this Mega Man, by the way.
Okay.
Yes. That is in the review too. Although the one thing I didn't do in the review, which I forgot, was to take the Bandai effects and to see if they worked with the Jada, at least in the stand aspect, or if I could plug them in anyway. It's okay.
No, I'm not gonna find it. Other things that recently came out this week, well, for pre-order, was Spider-Man 2099 from Mayfax. This was I pre-ordered this and the new The Boys figures through AmiAmi because it's just easier, cheaper.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily easier, but they're a bit cheaper. I'll say
A little
20
bit. Yeah, you save it. Yeah,
20
you save a good amount.
But
Well, do you do the DHL shipping or do you do like the other?
I
one?
do DHL shipping for Pile of Loot, and it still ends up coming cheaper. Usually,
Really?
it might not be $20. It really depends. But like some of these figures, like
So, how do you feel about this Spider-Man 2099? Before we digress a little bit,
I already pre-ordered them. I think it looks awesome. I do wish he was more blue than black. He's a bit dark.
that was one of two of my complaints. My first complaint being that he's a little dark, and then the second complaint is he doesn't look as beefy as I remember him. I remember him being more torso heavy, like kind of like the Nightwing figure was.
I feel like it's a Spider-Man. This is the right physique for me. I don't know. But I mean, that's just my personal take. I think it looks awesome. Aside from the coloring being a little dark, I think it looks awesome. But I think that your criticism is valid also, because he's not like your typical friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's a vampire and he kills people. But yeah,
So-
I think
So what you're saying is wait for version 2?
there won't be a version 2.
There will be a version 2.
There won't be. There might. This says comic version. So the only other, I don't know what the other version would be.
Oh, they could probably do the movie version.
Yeah, but that's such a weird styled. I think they already
wait, didn't
did.
they? Yeah, I was about to
think
say, didn't they already do it?
I think they already did, and it's
And
that exaggerated style. That's that animated style, which won't fit in nicely with the rest of your normcore stuff. But yeah, I think this looks awesome.
is it 2029 or is it 2099? Right.
I think I've said it before that honestly for me, Mayfex is the way to go for Spider-Man figures. Mayfex, well, at stuff at SH Figure Arts is usually pretty good too. Essentially, these import lines just get the articulation right. Like, I like Mezco, but with the soft goods, you're just not getting the range of motion on them. And for Spider-Man figures, that's huge.
I kind of stand corrected right now. I'm looking at the comic book covers of 2099. No, he's a darker blue like that.
Is it?
But I am right. He is a little bit torso heavy.
Yeah.
This one has a smaller frame than what I'm used to seeing. Well, yeah, no, he has a bigger torso. Yeah.
Well, they probably just repainted one of her other Spider-Man.
Yeah. Here's the image. I'm going to send you in the private chat the image I'm looking at.
Okey doke.
This is the one I remember specifically. But no, that color's right. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the image I remember of 2099. from being a kid. Not so much the modern one, which is a brighter blue, but I thought he was a brighter blue. Oh, I guess I'm wrong there.
I thought it was a bit lighter than that.
Okay, I'm looking at another one now. He's it's more of a matte teal, I guess. I don't know. Teal's probably the wrong word.
It's more of a royal blue than this navy blue.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but the figure looks good now. Now that I'm seeing it, yeah. I mean, I'll probably wait for a re-release, to be honest.
That's
See if
fair.
they do anything. I got burnt with that Mandalorian, so now I have 2 Mandalorian figures. I don't know what to do with.
So
Then I bought that Mafex. You know what sucks is I really like the Mafex Darth Vader over the Figuarts in terms of looks and posability. However, the Mafex has a like rubber bottom half of the tunic that restricts a lot of the movement. And had they not done that, I think the decision would have been harder between the Figuarts and the Mafex. But the Figuarts also has this awesome damaged Anakin helmet that I love. But Mafex. You want to go soft goods all the way, okay?
this is just a statue of Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, that's a good blue. The light makes it look lighter than what it is, but I get what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Figure looks really good either way. But yeah, even looking at this, 76, 74 plus my $15 shipping, I'm still saving $20.
Yeah. Nobody go to the site, okay? God damn it, this is for me and Matt only. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If we could save anybody some money anywhere. Plus the DHL shipping is flipping amazing. Not only is it super fast, but they offer a no sign option, which I'm a big fan of because I have a Ring doorbell. Just leave it up front. Just
Yeah, that's something that Mezco's been a pain in the ass with. I won't even lie. Like, their FedEx shipping requiring signature, fine. But FedEx shipping that requires signature and you can't redirect it at all is a pain in the ass. Luckily, that only happened once and it still got redirected. But, like, I couldn't go to FedEx's website and redirect something to a fucking FedEx office. And I called them and they were like, no, the shipper has it set so you can't do it. I'm like, what the fuck I paid for this? It's so dumb. That only happened once and it did manage to get redirected, but like, and it's largely because shit was happening to people, like their stuff's getting stolen. And then Pete makes evil faces and then people get creeped out and they just like, I don't trust it being out on my porch when Pete's making that face. So yeah.
No, actually, I almost missed my Ninja Turtles delivery because of that. I haven't ordered Mezco's from Mezco. That's not true. They didn't do that with Bartholomew Vex, did they? I don't remember.
No, it only happened with Slugfest for me.
Well, for me, it was the Turtles. So that's a $400 box set. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? You gonna keep it at the facility? You're gonna make me drive out there and get it, and then. So I had an AC issue in the garage, right? And I was like, I'm going to use this opportunity to stay home the next day. No. I do have a problem with the garage. But it was like 2 birds with 1 stone. I was like, hey, I'm going to stay home and try to handle this situation that's been fucked up for about a month, just so I can make sure I get my Mezco package also.
Did you ever get your garage door figured out, by the way?
I did. It was much easier than I thought it was.
What was going on with it?
There's a fucking thing. There's like a carriage, like a flat carriage that the latch piece like kind of hooks onto in the middle that brings the whole fucking door up. And when you called it, it was just the latch moving like this. So I called it back and then I clipped it in and that was it.
Oh,
but how did it get unclipped?
When I actually closed it, I closed it manually. I didn't do it with the button.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I was like, I hope I didn't break it because I pulled that little handle on the rope and I went outside and then just kind of guided the door down because like we had to leave.
To add some context to that story, this was the weekend of Comic-Con, and we had to go fucking set
Awesome
up.
con, yeah.
Awesome Con, and I had to go drop my son off at a bus stop at a certain time, right? And the garage door won't close, right? So not only are all our valuables and stuff that we're taking to the con like right there, but I can't get the goddamn door closed. I was flipping out. I was like, I got to get this kid. I don't have time for this. And Matt was like, you know what? I'll take care of it. And then he was my hero. Ended up closing the motherfucker.
It was really dumb because I tried moving things and I was like, what the fuck? And then finally I pulled that thing and it's like, oh, it's closing now. So I just went out.
Yeah, it was giving me a sensor fault.
Yeah, really weird.
Really weird.
But I'm going to go back to Ami Ami because
Yellow
another
Arrow.
pre-order. What are we doing? Okay.
Oh, you just reminded me. Did I pre-order Link? I think they put that Link order up, right?
They did. I was going to go back to that after Mayfex. But
Oh, wait. Look, well, let me check my email and make sure I put a pre-order in real quick. Excuse me.
sure.
No. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Oh. So he looks great. Are you getting him or no?
Yeah.
I'm getting the deluxe version because I want all the fun stuff. Look at it. He has a rock on a stick.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the normal versions to know what that comes with, but I like that it has all the different features. Yeah, it's just it's a soft cape. Like I like Figma a lot, and I'm really happy with their other Link figure that I have from them, which was a Twilight Princess, I think. And yeah, I just think that they knocked it out of the park.
Shit. I did not pre-order it, so I'll be doing that later.
It's still available.
Okay.
I like that they included the Zonite rocket and then the what was that ability? Rise, right? Rise? Is that what that was?
I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet. I started
okay.
it, but I haven't finished it.
So
Because
this
my son also put the Switch in his bedroom, so it's been a little.
So originally it was put in by the developers as like a cheat for them to navigate the map, but it's an ability called Rise, and you basically go through the floor above you. And they're like, well, we like giving our players a chance to cheat, so they left it in the game. Like they're like, cheating's fun. So you can literally use this to go through the ceiling above you if you're in a location that allows it. Like you can only do it with limited range and everything, but like, yeah. It's a cool little fun thing they did. All right. So back to
we need to
What?
design resin printed Koroks so that we could have this Link torture the
That would be awesome.
a bag of 5 Koroks for $10. Just torture them.
So we have the deep. I like that he comes with the shaved head and actually has a shaver included.
Such a weird accessory. How about wasn't he sleeping with a girl in one scene, and then he was like talking to like the starfish in the tank? They should have included a starfish.
He has sex with the octopus.
Was it the octopus?
Yeah. Because you don't eat starfish, they made him eat the octopus because there's a dish where you eat a live octopus, and
yeah,
because Homelander will just kill him in like the worst way. So yeah. Oh man.
And the soda is supposed to be from like the little cult that he was in.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good with the boys. I got Butcher.
I have Butcher and Homelander. I have Black Noir pre-ordered, but I don't think he came out yet. I don't know. I'm a psychopath, so of course I have to like order them.
But the accessory has to do it also. But so Butcher came with a baby.
Yeah.
It's a really good sculpt for Jensen Ackles. The neck looks a little short though, but it's nothing you can't fix
Yeah.
yourself.
But I think that scarf is also what's causing that. Doesn't look good.
No, it's funny, man. I didn't realize his voice was so fucking deep
Oh, really?
until the boys, because I don't watch Supernatural. And it wasn't
Right.
until he was on the boys I started realizing that he does the voice of Batman in some of the DC animated movies.
I was about to say, like, he voices Batman in a few of them. So, being that we can't just look at what we want to look at.
Hey, Rocky. Hey, Rocky.
It's only $11, not even. Wait, it doesn't move.
Oh, well, that's
It's
cool.
entirely static.
And he's sitting here talking about like, oh, I have extra money. I'm gonna spend it on Jumpstart. It's $10.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get Chipotle once a week and then you'll have $10.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna click the other ones because one, Kingdom Hearts is dumb, but two, they're not figures.
I could have swore these were figures, man.
I thought
didn't even look.
when you posted them, I thought they were too, honestly.
I just saw the preview and I was like, I'm gonna send this to Dickhead. And Dickhead is Rocky, by the way.
Speaking of Rocky,
Speaking of dickheads,
Streets of Rage.
This figure looks awful.
Yeah,
This Axel,
Jack
right?
Pacific doesn't do great things.
Well, Mario, they're killing it, and Sonic, right?
Yeah,
And then the
but
Mario movies.
Those are 2.5-inch figures, though. So
No, they do that. They do the 4-inch figures too. What else does Jax do? They did the original Mario Kart. Yeah, this looks awful. This looks fucking
Altered
this
Beast.
this less so, but I need both of them. Why are you releasing only one? I need both colors like right now. You can't just give me first player. I need both first player and second player.
What else is weird is this is a Walmart exclusive, which is so weird.
Power up. Power up. I fucking love this game. Streets of Rage, I like you, but this is a
Streets of Rage is also a Walmart exclusive. So this will be in the section of Walmart by the video games where they have like that assortment of Funko Pops and then like your Beast Nation or the
How do you know that?
what?
Oh, they only come with one set of hands. How much is this? Does it say how much?
It's probably gonna be $20.
Well, I guess one set of hands is fine. But they should have included a translucent, like bullet shape. I don't know if you played Altered Beast before.
I've beaten Altered Beast.
Right. So they have a rush attack
Long time ago.
that they zoom across the screen with. They should have included that at least. Oh, it's only 4 inches?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
No, I thought this was 6. I'm not getting this.
Yeah, no, this will be in that little section of Walmart where they have like the collectibles by the video.
Wait. Stupid question. Is Axel
Okay.
4 inches too?
Yes. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Oh man, I was on board for the Altered Beast. I thought it was 6. I didn't read the article to be fair, but to find out that it's 4 inches, I'm out.
I mean, I would honestly, I would have assumed that it was a 6-inch figure too. Just 4 inches is such a. It's not a mainstream line. Like it's a mainstream line, but it's not what people are typically expecting.
Look at that.
You know?
Look. Double jointed elbows, butterfly joints for the shoulders. Looks like a decent ab crunch with a swivel in the middle.
Yeah,
Although they got the ball jointed legs, which isn't bad. No, those don't look bad.
No, this might just be a solid torso. Oh no, he does have a swivel in there. Sorry.
Yeah. So the articulation looks pretty good for a 4-inch figure, but also it's a 4-inch figure.
Look at it though.
Jax, you could have done a 6-inch. I would have been all in.
Oh, yeah, there is one more thing. I knew there was one other thing I wanted to. These.
I just thought of something also.
Okay.
The 6-inch line of Simpsons figures they just announced.
Who?
I don't know, but one of the announcements was a playset, the house, and it's reversible. It's the outside of the house, and then you can reverse it into the living room of the Simpsons.
Oh, fucking! There's the Ghost Rider figure.
Oh yeah. Big Bad Toy Store. That Conan statue that Mezco's doing.
Yeah. Figure nobody asked for.
It's okay. The Street Stars. We talked about that last week, though.
Yeah. I scrolled down too far. Oh, I didn't even realize it was like the Arnold. Interesting.
Static, though.
Yeah. All right. So, well, let me go over the hacks while I have it up. So,
you're a hack. God damn it.
I know. So I'm familiar with Boss Fight Studio when they were doing a Kickstarter for their initial line, which was like Greek mythology stuff, a lot of Medusa, and then like Perseus and whatnot, and they've just grown since then. We've talked about them a few times on the stream, like how they had the Bucky O'Hare line. They're doing like a Zorro and the Phantom. Some are at a 6-inch scale, but most of them are at a 4-inch scale. And then we've actually talked about this Red Sonja figure. Excuse me. A while ago. But they just recently announced these 1/12 scale blank bodies. I spit all over my hand. It's gross. So I pre-ordered a few of these just for shits and giggles. Yeah. So they actually are going to have a good range of motion because I'm familiar with what Boss Fight did with their 4-inch line, and those have really impressive articulation. So I know that they're just going to expand that with their larger ones. So yeah, they have the butterfly shoulders, and then you have the ball joint, and then the swivel, double jointed elbows, and then your wrist movement, double jointed knees. You're going to have the comparable hip flexors. It looks like there's also an inner pelvic joint. Hard to tell exactly, but it looks like it's going to have an interior swivel that'll allow you to just get that much more motion from the actual.
And do you know if these are like true 6 or?
I'm curious about that. They're 1/12 scale. I feel I don't have any. That's a lie. So this is a Hacks figure that I ordered as a celebration of their 10-year anniversary. And he is 4 inches tall. So this will probably be true 6. So this will be smaller than your. I'm obviously guessing, but it's probably going to be a little bit smaller than your Mezcos and Hasbro figures. More along the lines of your import, your 6-inch figures. I think that's what these will end up being. Okay, I wasn't sure. It's like the pictures of the female body, or they don't really highlight the articulation points that well. So, but here you can kind of see that they have that same bicep swivel and then a bit of the hip swivel. They have the same butterfly joints. And they each come with 3 different heads and then some hands. So you have the black, the coffee brown male, and then the gray, and then the Caucasian. Yeah. So that's that.
I sent you a link for the Simpsons stuff.
Is the second one better than which one's better?
The second one, or most recent. And it has some like slides. So it looks like Jax is doing this.
Yeah, Jax Pacific.
There is a hand in one of the photos.
There's only 3 pictures.
Yeah, they're super blurry. But I'm wondering if they're going to be 6 or 4 inch. They're probably going to be 4 inch too, right?
Probably.
That's unfortunate. It's okay. It's okay. We will be doing dioramas for freaking 6-inch figures.
Actually, that we were talking about him last week off air. That one guy who does the really good animated style dioramas would crush it if he did them for The Simpsons. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh! Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea.
Yes,
BT between the Devil. BTD AT DBS. It's Brian. His name is Brian. And your shit's confusing sometimes, but you do amazing work. Jesus. And I have like 10 of his dios already.
So I think the last thing to go over is the other Ghost Rider. Big Bad. Huh?
I was just about to butt in and say this is exclusive to Big Bad.
Yep. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, it's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, which a lot of people were kind of questioning what that was about. But yeah. So there is a lot of reuse, obviously, because it's the same character. But then we also just have like repaints. There are some differences. I saw people pointing out between the bike, more so the front parts of the bike. And then there were people talking about, because we don't actually have any picture of the 2 like guns that he has, and there's speculation about whether or not those will look right with the original release of the Ghost Rider and like the black and like the black leather. But of course, I'm a psycho, so I had to pre-order this.
So the blue is the first appearance?
Yes.
Or is this the second iteration of Ghost Rider? We are terrible Marvel fans, as you can see. I don't know if you heard his fingers, but he's Googling real fast what this blue costume is. Because I have no fucking idea either, honestly.
Well, I mean, I know more about other characters, but Ghost Rider has never been like my thing.
He's never been my thing, but I've always thought he's a cool looking character.
Yeah.
My extent, I didn't even watch the Nick Cage version movies because I just don't care that much.
I just know that they're not going to be good.
you could at me on the comments. I just don't care that much. My latest Ghost Rider experience that I liked was Gabriel Luna doing Agents of Shield, and him playing the
but
Robbie
that's even Robbie Reyes is an entirely different Ghost Rider too.
But there was a scene where he talks about how he got his Ghost Rider powers, and they say that was from the second Ghost Rider that passed it on to him, which is pretty fucking cool. That scene alone was fucking cool. And I really hope that if they do Ghost Rider, that maybe they bring Gabriel Luna back.
Oh, Gabriel Luna. Wasn't Gabriel Luna in The Last of Us as Tommy?
Was he really? Nah. I know he was in the last Terminator movie, Dark Fate.
Yeah, he plays Tommy.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even recognize him. Holy shit. Holy shit, that is him. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
My mind is blown. I don't know if you can see this live on YouTube, but mind is blown.
Yeah, your reaction was pretty good.
Holy shit. And had you not said anything, I wouldn't have fucking known. I wouldn't have known. That was cool. I'm looking at the pictures.
What?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. No. I'm still blown by it.
Oh.
That's all.
Uncle Jesse seems to have worked out a good amount of issues with the
You
Giga.
gonna say Prusa XL? Oh, what?
The Giga? The Orange Storm?
Oh. Didn't you pre-order the Prusa XL also?
I canceled that.
That
Was he having issues with that?
I think 3D Printing Nerd was having issues with it.
Oh, okay.
And his worries about it were exactly what I thought it was, which was it was antiquated at the time of release. And there was a lot of issues with it, apparently. Like, you
Really?
can't. Yeah, man. Ugh.
Come on, where's this? Where's your stupid post?
My stupid post?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Instagram's dumb. There it is. The franchise commented.
Yeah, I saw it. I was just laughing at that because I noticed that there's like, and this is no offense to anybody, but it was 57 likes, but one comment. And even though I get it. I was asking for feedback though, guys. If you could read the post, please. Gosh.
That's a lot of typing. Because even he broke the rules.
Yeah,
you want from first to last the order that you want them in. It's
true.
Yeah, that's a big demand, dude.
Yeah, and
like, what the fuck is your problem? I don't know. That's a big ask, man. It's a big ask for them to type all that out. Though.
You can shorthand it. Vamp. WWE.
For them to type that all out, though.
Joker. Sabretooth. Or you can do 2-pack. Yeah, I guess. I'm being an asshole. Well, fuck.
I am too. I'm just kidding around. It is. I don't know. People will know what they want as the first review, sure, but like to categorize these things that they might care about two of.
Yeah. I can knock out like 4 at once. So I'll probably do the Turtles. I'll do Quick Kick. I really want to do Sabretooth. Fuck. I want to do the Joker. I want to do that Mezco Green Goblin to share my fucking complaints about it. Even though I still think it's a great figure. I don't know. He needs that app crunch, man. Just a little bit more. They should have went with like an elastic versus a pleather.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a material that's really divisive on their figures because it wears down. It's not the friendliest material. It looks good, and like Hot Toys uses it a lot too, but it's not always the best way to go just because it peels, and that really sucks. Especially when you're like on Hot Toys, when you're spending over $200 for a figure and it's peeling just because it's going to, like, that sucks. Like, that really sucks.
Oh, really sucks.
Really
If
sucks.
anybody in the community wants to give a shout out to somebody that does cloth goods and can recommend or knows somebody already working on a Green Goblin alternative to spruce up or to bring back that ab crunch with more flexible goods, let me know because I may be interested in that. Because otherwise, this figure to me is amazing. You got Norman Osborn heads, you got hella accessories, hella hands, you got the glider, you got everything you could possibly want, right? It's just he has no fucking upgrade. Not like that he really needs it, man, but I don't want to make excuses for Mezco. You know what, Mezco? You should have put fucking material on there that you can get the ab crunch out of. That's bullshit. You're paying fucking what, 100 something for this fucking figure? Looks amazing. Hands down, best Green Goblin on the market. Yeah. Hands down.
I actually have that Legends re-release from like 2014.
Is it
No,
the
I'm
dark
sorry.
green one?
2015, 2016. That wave of Spider-Man. Well, I forget what the Build-A-Figure was.
So this is a recent order. Somebody ordered the trash can finally. That's very awesome of you. Thank you for doing that. I really enjoy making these, which gave me the opportunity to redo the lid, which is awesome. So this is the original lid. It's like super wobbly. Doesn't really sit on there well. I mean, it sits on there, but it's just a little shaky. So I remodeled it and made it nice and tight. Bam. Now that shit ain't going nowhere. If you want it to look like it's falling off, it still comes off pretty easily. So bravo. Thank you. Thank you. I really like how this looks. It's like very modern. I wanted to make like a modern wastebasket versus the trash can that everybody else makes. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you for ordering. Thanks for the order. If you're watching this, thanks for the order. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We could do, you know what I just thought of? We should do like a because we're doing the lockers already, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we do a trash can, like a school trash can, where like it has like the push to drop in the shit?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun to make.
The flap.
Yeah, maybe like a little tray holder on top, or you could just put trays on top. That'd be fun to make. Then you could do that out of PLA too, so it wouldn't be too expensive for the customer.
You could probably put a place on the back for it to like hide a gun too.
I like making faces. The cool thing about where I work is I'm kind of secluded from everybody else, which is pretty awesome. So I get to make faces all day.
I'm not secluded, and yet I still make faces and yell about emails.
If you like making faces, give a thumbs up on this video. If you don't like making faces, leave a comment on why you don't like making faces.
One of my complaints about the Vamp, though, is this.
No, you have complaints? What is that?
The shotgun?
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's Bent.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. You could just get some hot water, dump it in there real quick, straighten it out, put some cold water, boop, done.
It's not bent as badly as I thought, but it's definitely bent.
Hot water.
And that's just part of the issue with them putting everything in those like locker boxes. There's just things that bounce around. Like they're smart enough with the long guns, like sniper rifles and stuff, where they'll put like a piece of cardboard around it to protect it so it doesn't get all beaten to hell. But like some of them still do.
Holy shit, we're running on almost 2 hours?
Yeah.
God damn.
You need to go?
No, but I didn't realize we were on that long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good to close if you're done.
Sure. Yeah. Let me provide a brief update to the Anycubic situation I'm having. If anybody saw the video,
Anycubic.
it's actually a good looking figure.
He actually
Part of
does.
Part of the reason why I picked that up because I was like, well, it's $100, but the figure's 25 retail, so you're saying 75 for a vehicle.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty solid figure, and he sits down in the vehicle with this rubber vest on. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just like making the face that you make when you sneeze. Fuck, what were we talking about? We were talking about
Anycubic.
Anycubic. So I have a Y rail access issue where it's causing some layer shifting. I reached out to Anycubic. They've been super helpful. They offered to replace the X-axis nozzle for me because I did get some plastic stuck in that hot end. And to resolve some of the issue, they believe, because I did follow the steps of making sure that the belts were tightened, greased, axles were aligned, et cetera, as I showed in the video. They think it's the motor that needs to be replaced. And instead of sending just the motor, they're sending the motor, the axles, and then brand new rails to go on the side. And they want to send a new motherboard, which I thought was pretty fantastic. I am outside of my 30-day window. So they're essentially replacing my entire Y-axis and my X carriage, which brings the printer up to new. And then they gave me a full guide that I can follow through to do the install. So I can't really complain.
No, that's really awesome that they're standing by their product like that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Shout out to you, Anycubic.
Shout out to Anycubic. This is my first, second, third, my third Anycubic. And so far, I'm enjoying the products more than I am Creality. So I am considering becoming a full Anycubic shop here with regards to FDM, not SLA. SLA, I like the Elegoo line. I really do.
I really love the Cobra 2. I won't even lie. I fucking love that thing.
Cobra 2 is pretty amazing.
Not to say I don't like you also. Ender 3 V3KE, because you're also very cool. You're just having weird issues.
Update for Matt. He figured out the Z offset issue that he was having.
Oh, yeah, I said that last weekend, didn't I?
Yes. I don't know if you had a chance to test print, and we are confirmed good to go.
I didn't test print.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. So to wrap things up,
I used to be a piece of shit.
So to wrap things up, that's all I got, really. I'm just waiting on those parts to come in so we can continue work on the diorama walls. The last thing I was able to do, which I explained last week, was I changed the tolerances on the corner peg to see if it would fit more. And that's when I started noticing that I was having Y-layer axis issues, even in stable mode, which is their slowest version. So and watching the video, you can see that when you hear the sound of the layer skip, if you're watching the video on the carriage, you don't see a jitter there. So I have no idea where it's coming from. If they say it's the motor, then I'm willing to buy that. But I I would have saw some kind of skip or like a brief pause. Like I don't know. I don't,
Hopefully,
I don't know.
hopefully you won't have any more problems. And I'm really weird with 3D printing things. Honestly usually spend a lot more time messing around modeling stuff than I do 3D printing, and then like, yeah, I don't know.
I know I discussed it with you. I don't know if I said it on live last week, but my plan after finishing the fundamentals of our wall diorama project, because I want to get some corners, I want to get some angles. So if you wanted a wider, like 180 degree, is that 180? I'm retarded. Hold on.
90.
No, it would be like a 135 degree angle. Am I saying that right?
What are you trying to talk about?
Yes, 135. So 90 plus 45. So
Yeah.
half and half. So you're looking at that wider angle, 135. That range, and then a 90 degree angle. So you could do a corner or you could do like a wider slope of the walls. So that's what I'm looking to do, to give you two options. And then, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I got to design the base, and then that's pretty much it. I designed some stencils, which I showed everybody last week. But what I would like to do after that is do a refresh of everything in our store. So we have like a fire hydrant that could use more detail. I personally would like to see more detail. Initially, I was like, oh, let me keep it simple, something that you can throw on.
We can achieve more detail on that thing for sure.
Yeah, and it's not. I think my expectations have gone up as a whole, of what I want in dioramas, and I used to have like this level of simplicity that I wanted to keep. This is back when I first started creating stuff, but now I realize that the more detail that you have in this stuff, the better it's going to look overall the photography. We might not be able to capture the color 100%. I may entertain different filaments, but that red really works for a lot of stuff that we do. I don't want to offer paint options because it takes a lot of time, but I want to make it. I probably won't change the price just to make it affordable for you folks that like to do black washes, graffiti, tape, or vinyl decals on there. That's something we could probably offer on the side, being like little graffiti stickers that you could slap on there.
One thing I will say to be apprehensive about with doing any black wash on anything 3D printed, especially FDM, is that it's printed in layers, and it's going to absorb into those in between the layers, into those little seams. So you're going to have black wash that ends up aligning with the orientation of the layers. So being that the fire hydrant is printed bottom up, your black wash is going to have horizontal lines going along it rather than vertical like rainwater actually would. If you do black wash the way I'm thinking about it. I mean, maybe that shows otherwise, but did you do black wash on that?
I did all over it. And yes, he's right, but is
it not as bad as I'm thinking?
No, not at all. And I know you really can't see it on camera, but this is in a lot of our photos on Instagram, and you could zoom in close. I think I have a close-up shot of this particular one on Instagram that you could zoom in. It does kind of stick on the lines, but if you're focusing on certain areas and you wash, like this looks like rain. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go.
Okay, yeah, it looks just dirty.
Yeah. Just depends on the angle, I guess.
I think it's more than one factor. I think it also depends how you do the black wash and like how quickly you clean it and everything.
Yes. And how heavy you go with the black wash.
Yeah.
And how you manipulate the brush. So I like dab and let it drip, and then I'll try to dry it up where I don't want it. And I'll let it sit.
Yeah, some people just paint the whole thing black and then just rinse it off and then just let it dry. And I think that would be the wrong way to go with 3D printed objects.
Right.
But
I agree. But yeah. As far as the fire hydrant goes specifically, because this is the approach I'm taking to everything. The fire hydrant to me looks like a good size. I have it right here actually. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, you did.
So overall, I really like the width of this. A lot of the fire hydrants I see have the thinner frames on there. This I'm going to keep the same idea, but I'm going to add more detail to it. So I want to put like rivets up top. I want to put indents around the side, along the whole thing. So it looks a little bit more realistic. This, in my opinion, now in hindsight, looks like a toy.
It's
You
very
don't want
simple, but it's also not your focal point. So for the sake of a background object, I think that it's fine. I don't think adding detail to it will hurt in any way, shape, or form, but it's also not the focal point. So like anyone who was caught up on the lack of detail on it is overthinking it a bit.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm overthinking the detail. But I have seen photos where the object is a focal point because a character is utilizing it.
Okay. I mean, that's also fair. I more so looked at it from the approach that like we don't necessarily, because I was even saying to people at Awesome Con, like we make props for people to use as background items, but like I mean the arcades end up being a focal point, and like that's awesome.
Yeah.
But like
this is something I don't sell too much of. This is a keg that we made.
I don't know. There's some things like the camera that I designed and stuff, like limited application, like the minigun. Everyone has miniguns now.
Yeah. I really, and this is like, we don't know. Honestly, we create what we want to see, right?
Yeah.
What we want to use ourselves. And sometimes it's like lightning in a bottle, where it's like, let's do the camera. And the camera's like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. And we got ideas about how we're going to change the fucking lenses out. And then we put it online and it's crickets. So that's unfortunate. And it's cool. Look, it's no knock to anybody else. We're happy making it. It's super fun to have an idea in our heads and realize it and have it come through.
It's also nice to have that as an objective because we learn a lot in the process of doing stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to share for today.
I'm still working on vehicles.
Yeah.
They just take time. Now that I have more print area to actually print them on.
I actually found a YouTube personality that I like a lot.
Uh-huh.
That does what am I going to say? He does a tutorial on 3D sculpting by
Blender?
the name. Not in Blender, but I feel like the application could work towards Blender. He does it specifically for Nomad Sculpt.
Okay. I've heard of Nomad Sculpt.
I sent it to you actually. The guy that does it, it's Above Wong Art. His videos are like under 5 minutes to the point, and in some instances, he'll take that 5-minute video and break it up into shorts. So, and it's literally clicking step by step,
right?
And he's just flying through it, and he does a super simple object, and that's exactly what I want. I want a starting point that I can do myself that gets me the fundamentals, and then I'll add that into more complex applications in the future. So hopefully
Nomad Sculpt is for tablets.
Yes, I'm using Nomad.
I don't have a tablet.
It's for Android-based operating systems.
Well,
so if you have an Android laptop, you could download Nomad Sculpt.
I don't have an Android laptop. Android makes laptops?
They're glorified tablets. But they do.
Okay. Well, I already have 2 computers, so I don't need another one.
What was I going to say? But hopefully this will be a nice jumping point for Blender for me. One of the first things I know I said this on live before. I designed a coin-operated newspaper vending machine as my first sculpt in SketchUp. But since then, I use that one thing to get more complex models down the line. And, I've had Rocco encourage me to do letter work before, which was fantastic. And just applying those around the rabbit hole that you get into to try to research how to do some of this stuff is amazing. So
I actually need to look more into the System Island to see what the hover car he was talking about was. If there was a specific hover car, or if it was just the idea of a hover car.
Oh, I don't know where we're going with that. I know we threw out an idea or two out there, but yeah. Because I wanna get into effects. I want to get into head sculpts. I want to get into building characters eventually. Like, and I know I said this again several times. I want to be Shadow Moses. I want Shadow Moses to be the one-stop shop for all your toy photography needs. I want you to buy the figure from us. I want you to get the diorama from us, all the props that go along with it, decals, everything but soft goods.
Yeah, soft goods is really the line.
Yeah. Well, with that, this is Matt. That's Matt. This guy. They need to focus on pointing the opposite direction for things.
Oh yeah, because it's I'm looking at the reference in my background and I still got it fucking backwards. Yeah, this is Pete. This is Pete over here.
Or you could do like Dan, where he's like,
shit. Fuck. I was trying to do that Instagram video where the woman's like just recording herself, like saying like these people doing remixes of the videos, and like other people just keep adding different parts to the scene, like the lower body and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm Matt from Shadow Moses 112. I try to do the best I can with the YouTube stuff sometimes, and it doesn't work out. And I'm here with Pete.
God, I already forgot about the joke.
What joke?
Such a good one. Such a good one. You forgot to put you should. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at other tabs, and then Dan jumped in and he was like, "Is this the right live stream? What's going on here? Like, what the fuck is that? What's going?" So I clicked back on StreamYard, and then Dan's there. I was like, "Holy shit! What's up, man? What's going on here?"
And then I came in really loud laughing, and then you said, "Wait, it's not streaming." And then I was like, "Oh, fuck." So yeah, all of that for nothing.
Ah.
Punked myself.
If you want to hear more of our thoughts, tune in Sundays at 8 p.m. live on YouTube. If we remember to push live, head to shadowmoses112.com to add our accessories to your collection, or slide into our Instagram to see the current projects we're working on. And remember, 2.5-inch figures are for kids. Don't buy them.
Something like that.
Something like that.